Well. It seems that this has been the most requested video now for the last couple of days, and it's nothing to do with Warhammer 40,000. This is indeed going to be my first real rumour video dedicated to Warhammer the Old World. It's not going to be packed with information. It's still far off, which I'll get into in the video in a second. So the rumours are quite light at this moment in time, but we are starting to see now rumours coming out. Rumours, again, coming from sources whom I trust. Just because I trust them, it doesn't mean that you have to trust them. And as I always say when I do these rumour videos, everything is kind of a lie until Games Workshop confirms it, right? Rumours are rumours. They are not facts at all. So please bear that in mind when you're listening or watching this video. Right, let's jump in and let's get waffling. Now, we've all seen the images that Games Workshop have already put out. We've seen the maps and all the fancy symbols and all that type of stuff, so we can kind of guess what factions are going to be coming to Warhammer the Old World. Now, I've heard from my rumour sources that there's 4 main factions that are being play tested right now, right at this moment in time. And just because these are being play tested doesn't mean that others haven't or others won't be play tested at some point. I'm just hearing that these are the main factions that are being play tested. And those 4 factions are 1, Bretonnia, 2, Dwarves, 3, Vampire Counts, and 4, Tomb Kings. Now, for me, 3 out of those 4 options are armies that I absolutely love. I'm a huge fan of Bretonnians. Bretonnians are my faction when it comes to Warhammer. I'm a huge fan of Tomb Kings because I still think to this day, Tomb Kings are the most sexiest looking fantasy army, should I say, out there in the world. They're just beautiful to look at. And dwarves, I love the little stunters, right? They're amazing. Vampire Counts, all right, you know, they are kind of the bad guys. Bretonnia not, you know, they are the good guys. But yeah, those are the 4 factions that I'm hearing are being playtested at the moment. And also adding to those factions, because a lot of people always ask me about new models and stuff like that. From what I am hearing, it's not just going to be like old models being brought forward to to fill out the ranks. Apparently they are redesigning these factions to add a bunch of new models to them, so when they do release, there's a bunch of new stuff to play with, which is kind of obvious, right? Really, that really shouldn't be a rumor. That just should be like a general observation. I'm sure Games Workshop are not just going to like release a rule book out and say, right, here's the old world, go and get all your old models out of the attic. Of course new models are going to be happening because this is 200 years before the current events that ended in the end time. So there's a bunch of different characters and everything like that happening within the old world. Now, moving on to the so-called release date, and I hate talking about release dates because Games Workshop move their dates around so much. Like, there was so much stuff that's supposed to come out last year that didn't come out, and now it's coming out this year instead. So when you talk about release dates, please take this with a huge amount of salt attached to it, because really stuff does change. Now, I know a lot of people are expecting Warhammer the Old World to be out this year, because apparently it's the 40th anniversary of like Games Workshop of Warhammer this year. Sadly, that is not going to be happening. Again, this is what I'm hearing from the rumors. This year, you're having other big releases like 10th edition for 40k. Apparently, what's it called? Epic is going to be coming out this year as well. But sadly, no Warhammer Old World this year. That's not to say that they won't drop anything special like model reveals or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying for the actual release date, I'm hearing nothing about this year. I'm hearing the earliest next year, 2024. I have no idea when in 2024. It probably could be summer-based because Games Workshop like to release big stuff around summer, right? But between 2024 and 2025 is what I'm hearing for release of this game. I know a lot of people will be cranky at that, but that's what I'm hearing. I'm sorry. I wish I was a bearer of better news. If it comes out this year, then I'm sure this will blow us all away. But again, that's what I'm hearing, and this is the information I'm passing along to you. Now, moving on to rumored release box sets, or like the starter box for Warhammer the Old World. Now, I am hearing through the whispers of the warp, maybe we should call it something else now, it's Warhammer Fantasy, I don't know. The whispers of, I don't know, the whispers of the North or something. I don't know. So the box set I'm hearing that is going to be like the main box set to launch this game is going to be Bretonnia versus Tomb Kings. Those two big factions clashing it out, and, you know, to get new people collecting all the models and bringing them in. Now, my thoughts on this, firstly, is yes, because those are the two factions that I absolutely love in Warhammer Fantasy. Now, the other thought is, like, how? Because Bretonnia is all the way in the north, and Tomb Kings is all the way in the south. But then I thought to myself, no, there's actually been, like, crusades right down in like Araby, if I'm not mistaken, where like the Tomb Kings are located and stuff like that, with some Bretonnia factions. So maybe it's going to be something like that, like they venture to the south, they go on a crusade, they come across the Tomb Kings in the lore, and they end up battling it out. Maybe that's the story that they're going for. I really hope that rumor is true, because like I said, that box set will literally make my day. Two factions that I'd actually play, both in Warhammer Fantasy as well. So yeah, it would be a great box set personally for me. All right, Chaperonios, that is all I've got for you, I'm afraid. Like I said, the rumors are very light at the moment because the game is so far off into the future. Hopefully throughout this year, we'll be getting more rumors, more awesome stuff released, and we can talk about it. Well, we can talk about everything then. If you want me to do more Old World stuff, just post down below and say, yes, keep posting the Old World stuff, Valrak. We want more Old World stuff. I am planning on getting the game. Of course I am. I want my Bretonnians. Planning to do like bat reps for it, everything like that in the future. I have some big plans. Huge, amazing plans. Cannot wait to see more stuff on this. It is going to be an amazing time. I can almost feel the nostalgia gripping me by my golden plums. Right, enough waffling. See you now. Have a great day. Any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, post it down below, and we can have a nice little talk down there as we always do. See ya, and bye-bye.